I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Here is what's happening. The 49ers go into a gauntlet in the NFC West, 2 divisional games in 8 days, and they do not go into it at full strength. Take a look at the injury report. There are a lot of big names on the list. Fred Warner, George Kittle, Chris Conley, Jacob Cowing, Yetur Gross-Matos, D. Winters, all not participating, plus 4 more guys that were limited in practice on Wednesday. That is not ideal for the test that is coming up. And just listen to Nick Bosa talk about how important these next 2 games are.
Every game's big. Division opponents count twice. And we kind of have mini bye, we like to call it, after the Thursday. So getting 2 wins here obviously starts with Arizona would be huge.
Everything is right there for the 49ers. They could be atop the division at the end of this thing if they handle their business. So, what are the Niners facing in the Cardinals this week? Kyle Shanahan broke it down yesterday.
They're similar in the last year, and I think they're very well coached. I think they play extremely hard. The way that, defensively, the way they swarm to the ball. I think the biggest difference this year is, they have Buddha out there who's healthy. We got to play him at the end of last year, but he missed so much time throughout the year last year. And having Kyler back, such a huge difference. They've added some receivers. I think Michael Wilson's a stud. Him just being healthy in his second year and adding the new receiver in Harrison and their tight end. They got a really talented group. They're coached well, and I think they're going to be a problem for people throughout this year.
One thing that we have seen since Jonathan Gannon took over in Arizona, they are well coached. It is not the disaster that was the Cliff Kingsbury Arizona Cardinals. They know what they're doing under Jonathan Gannon, specifically with the quarterback. Kyler Murray has looked at times very good this year. Just listen to Fred Warner explain what the Niners see when they watch Kyler on film.
I think he's the best that he's been, honestly. Everybody saw that huge game he had against the Rams with some of those throws that he was making. But, I think the thing that he's developed over time is the ability to really stay in the pocket and play the position at a really high level. He's always been phenomenal. At any moment he could play, at an MVP level, you know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure we're on top of it going into this game.
Hopefully we get the Washington Kyler Murray and not the Rams Kyler Murray when he was throwing darts all over the field. The Niners have to keep him in the pocket. They have to contain Marvin Harrison Jr. And I actually think Greg Dortch is going to be a problem for the 49ers after the catch. He's very slippery. The Niners have had tackling issues at times, so they'll need to get that under control if they're going to keep the Cardinals offense down. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Thursday. Kyle Posey looked at 4 49ers overreactions on NinersNation.com and wrote about whether they're accurate or whether they're inaccurate. I highly recommend you go and check it out. You know Kyle Posey does good work. I will drop the link in the description of this episode. One thing to watch, JT O'Sullivan is back with another quarterback breakdown of Brock Purdy. This one you're going to like. Purdy played way better than you think against the Patriots. They tried to do a lot of stuff to confuse him, and Brock Purdy, number one, didn't take the bait and wasn't afraid to take the opportunities that were there, even though they were deeper down the field. Again, JT is awesome. I will put the link in the description of this episode. One thing you may have missed, Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers did not open the practice window for Ricky Pearsall. Kyle said he just doesn't, in their opinion, seem totally ready right now, although he did say that Pearsall is, quote, really close. So that's a good sign. One other little nugget that just got thrown in there, Matt Barrows, I believe, asked Kyle, was Ricky's shoulder a part of the reason they were delaying opening the practice window? Because remember, his shoulder was banged up before the whole shooting incident. And Kyle said no. He said Ricky's shoulder was fine before the incident. That is something we did not know before. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network wherever you get your audio podcasts. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Click the bell so you're notified every time we go live, which is every single weekday and after every single 49ers game for you. Enjoy your Thursday, everybody. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk later today.